you doing? How's it going? Hello, Jake. Good, good. Glad you're good. Thought Scooter was supposed to be in the stream. He is. He is just finishing up dinner. He's putting it away. He'll be here. Don't worry. As much as I am hot, I'm gonna have to turn that AC off. Don't you worry, he's coming. I'll refresh this. I see you on my new TV. Oh, did it come? That's great. That's wonderful. We love that. Will you turn that down?
Most definitely.
Oh, thank you. Hi, Demi. I love you too. That's good, babe. You've been asked for already.
Oh, have I?
You have.
My adoring fans.
Your adoring fan.
I need a slot because my eyes sleep.
What? The extra kitchen chair, dining room chairs in the spare bedroom. He's got to get a chair.
Oh.
Hold on. Matt is watching also. Hi, Matt. Do what?
Yep, just behind the box springs.
Yep. You put them there.
No, I did. I done that.
Jake says hi. And Demi says shut up.
Hold on, what?
Hang on.
You went from hi to shut up. What the hell happened?
Jake said hi. Demi said shut up.
The hell is Demi?
Good morning, sunshine. Hello, Mom. Should we make Scott wear ears too?
He's already wearing a hat.
It don't matter. You put them on top.
But
Pick
I
one, anyone.
Got my Mickey hat on.
Okay, you can still put ears on. Oh, here, you can put your best day ever ears on. These are yours. These are his.
It was the best day ever.
This is when he proposed. We had ears made.
It's the day I tricked you.
The day you tricked me. Yeah, okay.
The day I tricked you into being my wife.
That's right.
Hey,
Bro.
we just started, homie.
Hold on, I gotta think about where I got it.
Always. I'd like to say slide over, but I don't know if you can.
Maybe we'll put it on this one. Hold on, technical. Hang on.
Hang on.
Oh, that's kind of okay.
That's
Okay. I gotta put this over on this screen then, because
yeah.
I want it to look like I'm looking at people. There.
Hi again.
Hi, everybody. Here we are. Well, you can't really see me now. Okay, cool. I'm sweating.
Why are you sweating?
It's hot up here.
It's not that hot.
Kendall says Scooter woohoo, and that Matt is finally in the Grange. That's great. We love that for him. Demi says Scott has to wear ears or it's not a Disney stream.
Oh, yes.
Here you go.
You already got them now?
Yeah. I'll think it's all the now.
No, it's getting any better.
Kendall said she knew the trick was happening. A lot of people knew the trick was happening. I just didn't know the trick was happening.
The trick?
You getting? You proposing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I said it in July when we went to Buckhorn.
Wow.
I said there was a chance.
Wow. Wow, we wow.
Mm-hmm.
Jake says, hey, yo, it's Scott. Mom says, hi, Scott.
Hey, Mom! Hey, I'm wearing your favorite color, Mom.
That's right. My glass says, I whine because I'm not at Disney. Which is true now.
Now?
Yeah. I'm not at Disney anymore.
Oh, yeah, you can see me. Okay.
Huh?
Nothing?
What?
I was
gonna be
not
a
making a face.
disaster.
I was not making a face behind you. Not at all.
Kendall said more like you asked me about the ring. That's
I
probably
did.
accurate.
I asked several people about the ring. It was just a shame that I asked about it when may or may not have already been purchased. It worked.
It did work. He tricked me good.
And I keep tricking you.
It's so hot up here, guys. He's saying you whine a lot. Oh, is that what you were saying?
No, none at all.
Oh, okay. You're mean.
I'm honest.
It's still mean. Okay.
I'd love to be at Disney more too. It's no secret that I'm a Disney fan. Runaway Railroad? I mean, come on now.
It's true. Scott's just as much of a Disney freak as I am.
Stitch is my guy.
It's true. So how was the trip? The trip was good. I mean, it kind of got, you know, bombarded by a hurricane, but it's fine.
Lots of rain.
We survived.
We did.
We made it through our first hurricane. I never want to do it again. Actually, it really wasn't that bad. It really was. There was just a lot of rain. Where we were was... Originally, we were supposed to get hit head on, but it kind of changed course, and so it didn't hit quite as direct as they thought it would.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a Category 5, is what we kept hearing. Mm-hmm. And then, because it went from a 3 to a 5, supposedly, within about 6 to 7 hours. And then when it hit landfall, all of a sudden it went back down to a 3. Not that anyone was upset to hear that, but it just worked out for the better for us. But we still saw a lot about the people that did get hit by.
Oh, that's better. Move the screen, not the camera.
The worst of it, and our thoughts or prayers are still with them.
Absolutely. Because there were also some tornadoes that happened because of the hurricane. And I think, I haven't checked since the day it hit, but I know initially there were 4 people who had lost their lives from the tornadoes, not the hurricane. Which is sad.
I never really followed up to confirm, but an article at one point had said that there was up to like 11 tornadoes. I don't know if they were all confirmed touchdowns, but at one point there was at least 11 different sightings of tornadic activity.
That's a good word. Is that on the bingo card?
I was actually looking at you in dread saying, please Let me
I don't
said
know
that
if
right.
that's a good word.
I don't
I don't know if it's a word. It is now.
It's a word today.
It's a word today.
Word of the day. Tornadic.
Tornadic. Kendall said, could have been good content if you got swept away for a little bit. We're coming to you live from inside Hurricane Milton.
What is wrong with you, Kendall? What do you mean swept away? We are not Rose and Jack. Emily would not let me on that door.
Sure would not.
And it's not because I don't know if there's enough room. It's nope. This is mine. I need all the space. Try sharing a bed with her.
I like to go diagonal in bed. Oh.
For no reason.
For no reason, I mean space.
You don't need space. You just want it. You're selfish.
You know, it is what it is. You married me.
Sure did, and I would all over again.
Okay. Just making sure you're gonna finish that right. Alrighty. So, does anybody have any questions? Or you just want us to tell you about our days that we went? I wouldn't blame her. It's the I licked it, so it's mine. That's right. If I get up there first, it's mine. Dibs. Duh.
I just hope you don't like random things floating in the water.
Oh,
Anyways,
God,
all right. Yeah. See, no, she said I licked it. That's.
I'm not looking at nothing in the ocean. No, thank you. Disgusting. So just go through our days and tell you all. So originally, our plan was.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so when did we leave? Saturday night? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the plan was to sleep all day Saturday and then drive all night Saturday into Sunday, which happened for me. I slept all day. I stayed up late Friday and Saturday. I slept as late as Otis would let me because he started barking probably around like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I was like, that's fine, I guess. Started doing last minute things. And then Scott's buddy John came over. He watched Otis for us while we were gone. Scott got up bright and early in the morning and went to mow a few yards. And then he started driving. You know how long he lasted? Like 2.5 hours. And then you know who got to be passenger princess all night? I drove most of the way, which is, it's fine, honestly. I started out at night shift at the hospital that I work at, so, which honestly works better for my body. I'm definitely a night owl, so it really wasn't all that difficult for me to stay up. I just turned my music on and he slept and I just jammed out.
Emily also knows how exhausted I was because I let her drive.
Mm-hmm.
That normally doesn't happen. Not defending it, because if you're tired and exhausted and you have a second person in the vehicle, let them drive. It is not worth the risk, because as much as I love her, want to protect her and all the fun things, and I absolutely would love that if anything went wrong behind the wheel, it would be me driving. However, it's not worth the risk, and it was pretty bad. So that's when we stopped, I had to switch out.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to, and
Which is fine.
thank God that I have a night owl.
Which is fine. Because you want to know what happened the first time we went to Disney together when he proposed? We hit an ice storm in Tennessee all the way through Kentucky. And we left, I think at like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning on the 23rd of December. We did not get back home until 4:30 in the morning on December 24th. And I had to be at work at 6:30 a.m. It was great. So, it wasn't bad though. So, that put us getting into Disney around, I don't know, it was like 12:30. We went to Disney Springs first because We stayed the majority of the trip with Scott's family, and his sister has a timeshare down there. So, but they had to check in. We couldn't check in, so we had to wait until they got there to even go to the hotel. But we had tickets to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party on Sunday, which was the whole like plan. Um, so we went to Disney Springs in the afternoon, did a little walking around, did our first bouts of shopping, of pin finding. And then we changed in the truck and we headed over to Magic Kingdom around 4-ish, 4:30 or so. And then we stayed at Magic Kingdom because they closed the park for the parties. They're special ticketed events. You have to pay for them separately. And then they close the park early to non-ticket holders. So if you just have a regular day ticket to Magic Kingdom, you have to leave by 6 p.m. Party goers can start arriving as early as 4 p.m. And then it lasts until like 12 o'clock-ish, 1 a.m. We didn't stay that long just because I didn't want to be out that late and then going back to the hotel with Scott's nephews and them trying to, like, them being asleep or everybody else being asleep, and, you know, so I didn't want to be rude. So we stayed till probably about like 10:30. Everybody was still up.
It was a good time. The Not So Scary party is fun to walk around it, and you get wristbands. That's how they ID you. It's on your right wrist.
That's where they put it. I don't think it really matters, but
that's where they put it this time around.
Yeah. But yeah, so the nice part about the parties is so we also did the Christmas party when we went almost 3 years ago now.
Ouch.
And so what's nice about it is the wait times are significantly less. You usually don't wait longer than maybe 20 minutes in line for a ride, which is great. We rode almost everything. We rode Tron, which is the new roller coaster at Magic Kingdom. It's Scott's favorite.
At Magic Kingdom.
At Magic Kingdom. It's pretty great. We rode Teacups. We rode, which is my favorite ride at Magic Kingdom. We rode Parts of the Caribbean. We got to ride the new ride Tiana's Bayou, which
Mixed reviews.
I think it actually like broke down a couple times while we were actually on the ride, and that's why we like waited in certain spots for a significant amount of time. Oh, and it was raining the whole time. It was like off and on drizzling. But then once we got on Tiana's Bayou, it like essentially stayed raining. And so there are parts of the ride that are outside. And at first I was like, is it the ride getting us wet or is it raining outside? And then like the light hit it just right and it was actually raining. So that was fun. But it doesn't have the big splash that Splash Mountain had, which I'm not mad about. I don't know, I feel like I'm giving it an unfair rating just because I don't feel like it was operating up to its highest point when we were on it, so.
Yeah, it definitely didn't flow like it should, but me personally, I actually do docket points for not having the big drop that Splash Mountain had, because I feel like that was part of the excitement behind it, and part of the enjoyment is there was that piece of adrenaline, and with Tiana's you kind of lose it. I do feel like it being turned into the Tiana ride it is now, I do think it makes it easier on families, littles, and all that stuff, because now you're not walking around soaking wet and all that stuff. But I still feel like that was part of it. Like you hit the big splash, you got wet, and then so what? Like you walked around in the Florida heat and dried off eventually, or you were going to be wet already because it's also, again, Florida and rain passes through all the time. So, I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I liked the big splash because also if it's super freaking hot, you're down in Florida, you don't mind the big wave of cool water.
True. So then Monday, we were supposed to go to Magic Kingdom, but they had already started forecasting because of Milton coming through that they were potentially going to be closing parks on possibly Wednesday and definitely Thursday. So we kind of adjusted and we changed our park reservations. So we ended up going to Epcot first, which Scott's family and his nephews had never been to Epcot before, so it was a first for them. So I got to play tour guide. That was really fun. I got a bubble wand out of it. Actually, that's not why I got a bubble wand. I got a bubble wand because there was a specific sipper that I wanted
At the Halloween party.
at the Halloween party. It's a cup, essentially. That's all it is. You just drink out of it. But it was Minnie dressed up as Winifred Sanderson, and I wanted it. And you could only get it at one stand, and people started lining up for it at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I had completely forgotten about it until we were walking to our dinner reservation, because we made dinner reservations while we were at the party. And I saw somebody with it, and I was like, oh crap, can I get that still? So I posted in a couple of the Facebook groups that I'm in, asking if it was still being, put out, because in parties past, they run out of those things so quick. I mean, it's 1 week into the parties and they're already sold out of the popcorn buckets, out of the sippers, out of the special little gifts that you can buy at the parties. But I think they started this year, they started setting aside a certain amount for every party, and once that amount is gone, then it's gone for that day of the party, but not necessarily gone for the rest of the parties. I was a little bummed though, because when I was waiting in line, one of the cast members came out and he said, okay, from this point on, I'm not going to have any more sippers available. And it was past me. So I was like, oh, cool, great, I'm in the clear. I get up to the window and they're already sold out. So I was sad. Because we had divided and conquered. He went to go get the popcorn bucket for me, and I went to go get the sipper because I knew where it was, and he would have gotten lost. So, so he went to get the popcorn bucket. I went to get the sipper, did not get the sipper, found him getting the popcorn bucket, which he had gotten back in line to get his nephew's popcorn buckets also. And I had just, this defeated look on my face. He's like, oh, honey, I'm so sorry. And then we were leaving Pirates. Was it Pirates?
No, I had already had it when you met me. And that's when I gave it to you.
No, you got it after we got the popcorn bucket.
No, I got it in the cart when you were separated from me.
Weird. Fibber! Anyways, I got a bubble wand out of it because I didn't get the sipper that I had. So all day Monday I used it as my tour guide staff. I would just hold it up, and his family would just follow the bubbles.
And that's when my mom gave her a whole new nickname. She is now known as Bubbles.
She called me that the rest of the trip. I'm fine with it.
Because she also said, oh, there's my Bubbles, and gave her a big hug every time she saw her. So.
It's true. And then Tuesday we had a full park day. And we went to Hollywood Studios. Hi, Ant-Man. Welcome in. Tuesday we went to Hollywood Studios. And had a full day there. That's the boys' favorite park, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's got Toy Story, a Toy Story area. And it's got a Slinky Dog roller coaster.
Hang on!
It's got a little shoot 'em up Toy Story Mania game. You play a bunch of mini games and you gotta beat your partner, and
You got to try.
I'm usually very good at this game. Scott beat me twice. I'm not okay.
Decisively.
It was. He kicked me. He kicked my butt in the first game, and then in the second game,
Game number 2 was also really fun because we also just like flip flop numbers. And the
Yeah.
numbers sound bigger, but the point values for a bunch of the stuff at the very end, they're like in the thousands. So I beat her by, well, it was only like
it's
7.
like 7,000
It was
points.
on the dot 7.
But he
though.
got 169,200, and I got 162,900.
So I basically beat her by probably actually like only like 4 shots because of the bonus game at the very end. But I still won.
Whatever. Hollywood Studios also has my favorite ride, my overall favorite ride, not just at Hollywood Studios, and that's Tower of Terror, which his oldest nephew actually wanted to ride that this time, and so I was like, let's go.
We pieced out.
I will take
fast.
you now. Let's go. Wait is 20 minutes. Let's go. So took him on that. He loved it. It was Slinky Dog is his favorite ride at Hollywood Studios, and Tower of Terror won.
He did.
So
He has a new top 3, and Slinky Dog is number 3.
mm-hmm.
I was ecstatic to hear that because Slinky Dog, it is a good ride. It really is a good ride. The problem is that since it's so popular,
But it's only like one of 2 roller coasters in the whole park too, and I think that's why it has the wait times that it has. Is because usually the wait times for Slinky Dog are every bit of an hour and a half to 2 hours,
every bit.
and it's all outside. The line is entirely outside, and so that's kind of defeating too. But I think because they were projecting Milton to hit landfall between Wednesday and Thursday, a lot of people had kind of like canceled their park reservations. Because I think we only waited in line for Slinky Dog for an hour, which still sounds like a lot, but compared to 2 hours,
Oh yeah,
I'll take that.
it was minimum this trip.
Yeah. A lot of the times were though, like Rock and Roller Coaster had just opened back up at Animal Kingdom. At Hollywood Studios. We didn't even go to Animal Kingdom.
Nope.
At Hollywood Studios. It'd been down for refurbishment for a couple of years, actually. And so that one had just opened back up. That one never... At one point, the wait time hit like 105 minutes. But I think it was because... So sometimes they'll give... like the people waiting in line, they'll give someone a card to time how long it takes to get through the line. But the trick is you have to turn that card back in, and that's kind of what determines the wait times. And so at one point it like jumped up to like 105 minutes. But then we went on Tower of Terror with his nephew, and when we got off, I went back to look at it, and it was back down to like 55 minutes. So I'm like, I think that's what happened.
Yeah, because we weren't in line or any of that even long enough for the math.
Mm-mm.
So
That's too long to wait. What, an hour and a half to 2 hours? Yeah, I know. That's why we usually don't. Scott and I are fast pass people.
we're bougie.
Well, it's lightning lane now, but that's what usually we are lightning lane people. His family not so much, just because it is an additional expense and you pay per person. It's a lot easier for us to justify spending it for the 2 people that we have, as opposed to his sister spending it for 4 people, and then his mom and dad, and then they don't always ride all of the rides. So we kind of ixnayed it. We didn't. I don't think we did it for Wednesday either, did we?
We didn't do it for anything other than
Epcot
on our day.
So then Wednesday, on Tuesday they had already 2 hours unless it's a killer Black Friday deal. True. So Tuesday they had already started projecting. Milton was going to be hitting, but it had changed from about early Wednesday afternoon to like middle of the night Wednesday into Thursday. So they had put out an announcement that they were going to be closing the parks early on Wednesday. So Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom were going to be closing at 1 a.m. God, Lord, I wish. 1 p.m. And then Magic Kingdom and Epcot were going to be closing at 2 p.m. And so Scott and I talked about it back and forth. We ended up deciding to go back to Hollywood Studios again, but it was just going to be him and me because his family didn't want to go out. They didn't want to get the boys out in the rain, in the weather, which, you know, totally fine. So, I completely understand.
We also thought that it would be raining or slightly worse conditions.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like. I mean, I did at least. I don't know how you felt, but
Yeah.
I felt like it was going to be.
I was a little shocked when I woke up and it was only like sprinkling.
Yeah, and really, we didn't hit any like. We didn't hit an uncomfortable amount of rain for walking around an amusement park and all the things. Really, until we were heading out.
Yeah, I don't think it really started like picking up until we left, and we stayed until 1 o'clock.
We were trying to mad dash for Tower.
Yeah, for one more time, but they started kind of kicking everybody out around like 12:45, anyways. So, which is fine. But you know, Wednesday we really didn't wait in any lines. Wednesday either, like, and the crowd was really low, which obviously, you know, a hurricane's coming through. Not everybody's entirely crazy like we are, but you know.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. So we went back to Hollywood Studios on Wednesday. They had already said they were closing all of the parks on Thursday, even Disney Springs. Nothing was going to be open. They said there was a possibility for Disney Springs to open back up kind of later in the afternoon on Thursday, but that didn't happen. They ended up just keeping it closed.
Probably for the best overall.
Yeah. So Wednesday evening is when it really started picking up, really started raining really hard.
The rain sounded like it was beating the snot out of the window.
It did.
I mean, it was crazy. I've never been through anything like that.
I slept like a baby.
Facts.
It was the best sleep I've ever gotten in my life. Minus my nightmares.
Which were my fault.
We found this random channel on the TV that was showing.
Found a random channel.
Strictly, I mean, we'll say we. Like, I let it stay on. Like, I let it play. I could have easily said, turn this off. So we found this random channel that was showing, like, just movies, but it was, like, old-timey movies. Like, they were in black and white, and they were from, like, the 50s and 60s, and there were some that were in color. And it was things like The Crawling Eye and The Blob, and so movies like that. And I mean, there was a scene in one of them that was, it wasn't graphic, but it was definitely, like, you could tell what was going on. Well, Scott couldn't. I had to let him know what was happening.
No. I said something and you were like, no, that's for sure what happened. But yeah, that was one from like the early 80s, because it was like the only one in color that we watched all night. But yeah, like The Blob was on, and if you're a horror movie or sci-fi person, it is a cult classic. However, it's a bad movie.
It's so
like
bad.
It's bad.
They were all bad. Don't get me wrong.
The endings. We both talked about it. The
gosh.
endings where we get it. That's what really got us. It was just kind of like, well.
Now, also, mind you, there's nothing happening in these movies for a good hour and a half. And then it's like 20 to 30 minutes of everything happening. And then it's like a split second of, well, that was fun. And then cuts to end credits. And I'm like,
and it never fails. It's like two people talking. It's like the sheriff in the town, and then the teenager that found everything that was going wrong, and just nobody would listen to him and all that stuff. And then it's like, yeah, good job, Johnny. And he shuts the door, and then it says the end. And that's literally that's it.
They were the worst.
We're bad.
But there was one movie that had this. I mean, like I said, it wasn't a graphic scene, but it was.
Okay.
Like, if you weren't paying attention, I'm not going to explain it because.
No.
I'm not trying
Just
to
don't.
get, like.
Yeah, just don't.
Anyways, it popped up in my dream that night. And so I woke up in the middle of the night and I kind of scooted my way on back over to Scott. Snuggle me, please, husband. God. And at one point he got up to go to the bathroom and I rolled over.
Oh, all the way over on my side. Now, mind you, I do not know that she is having nightmares. I do not know if she is having trouble because I also know her at home where she just likes to take over the entire bed. And I also compete with her and Otis, who has peaced out anyways. But I compete with both of them. I am the largest human being in this house.
He gets the least amount of bed.
Give out this.
Itty bitty space.
Think skinny. My abs hurt when I wake up because I'm sucking in. Because I'm just trying to, you know. But anyways.
So he gets up to go to the bathroom and I roll over and I'm on his side. And he goes,
no.
No. Roll back over.
That's my side.
So, me having nightmares. I'm like, alright, fine. My husband doesn't love me. I'm getting all the way back over here.
And she does.
And I did.
She rolled with attitude. And I was like, well, I am too tired to discuss this right now. I'm leaving it alone.
He sure did.
Don't go to bed angry.
Well, I didn't go to bed angry.
At that point, if you were not mad at me or coming after me, I was leaving you alone. Because then at that point, an argument would have started because I would have had no clue what was going on. It still would have been my fault.
It was your fault. You put the movie on. You let me fall asleep. Do these awful movies. And then you told me to roll back over. Your fault. So then Thursday, everything was closed.
Oh, God.
And we were stuck in the hotel.
And then we tried to go to eat dinner.
Not stuck in the hotel. Because, like, weather-wise, everything had, like, died down by, like, early morning. Not early, like, late morning. Early afternoon.
Yeah.
So we went out, found somewhere to eat at the hotel for lunch. Because all we had was chips and Pop-Tarts and popcorn, and I needed food. If I was going to be stuck in this room all day, I needed food.
I needed food for her.
So we found this little buffet that was at the hotel serving, wouldn't you know it, tacos. But it was like fajita tacos. So
before we
better.
just leave it at tacos, are they aware of the taco situation in the house?
Mentioned it.
Okay. Leftover wedding meat. Like 3 weeks in on taco burgers.
It's great. We love it here.
Which are fantastic. They taste delicious. We froze some of it. We're grateful. We don't have to go to the grocery store. However, 3 weeks on taco meat.
And we still have 3 bags that are frozen in the freezer.
Oh, God.
You're welcome.
All right. Well.
Eating tacos for Christmas dinner. And then Thursday, it's a taco.
Oh. It is a taco. I'm sorry. Jake, I thought it was this.
Thursday, we tried to find somewhere for dinner that everybody could eat at.
Successful.
After about 9 restaurants. I am of the firm believer.
Mom gets it. Sorry.
I am of the firm believer that I don't eat what I can get at home when I'm on vacation. It's silly.
We don't do that here.
We don't do that here. I can get McDonald's at home. Give me this hole-in-the-wall mom-pa shop that's not going to have food that I can get at home.
With the greasiest green beans, with bacon and mashed potatoes, with little bits of bacon in it, or at least like the skin of the mashed potatoes, because I know that Johnny smashed them in the back.
He sure did. Probably with his feet, but whatever.
with some breaded pork chops. I don't know. That's way too country for some people. But along those lines, just
Yes.
something we can't get up the road.
Right. However, his family, on the other hand, eat at the same 3 restaurants every time they go out, which is fine. You know what you like. You know where to get what you like.
You also kind of know the price range.
You kind of know the price range.
These days, that's important.
We're just not like that.
No.
And so they kept suggesting pizza. Well, initially we had suggested this pub that we had found on Google. Because we were looking, at lunchtime we were looking for places. Because I was going to DoorDash something. And I was like, it needs to get here. Something, I need something. But we had found this pub, and we had went and told his sister and his brother-in-law, we're like, hey, we found this pub, you know, maybe if things are open for dinner, we can maybe try and get the boys out of the hotel.
Irish pub.
An Irish pub. So we can maybe try and get the boys out of these 4 walls. Like, obviously they're going stir crazy. They were up bright and early, going at it bright and early. They're 9 and 6, so like, you know. They're like, oh, that sounds great, cool. So then we get to talking about it at dinner time, and they are kind of against it. They didn't want to go. They felt like it was too bar-ish for the boys, and then they felt like it was too dive bar-y for the boys. And I just couldn't wrap my head around it, and I was getting frustrated because I was getting hungry.
The complaints to a point were justified in my mind. I'm also going to be more lenient because it's my side of the family. Let's be honest. Also, but when we got there, it was not. It was not. It was in a pretty nice area.
It was in a very nice area, but it was very much a hole in the wall, like size-wise. It wasn't very big.
Right.
And all the tables were full.
And that's what happened. So regardless of how anybody felt about it, they walked in. Both my brother-in-law and my father both said, it actually doesn't look that bad. However, everything's full. We're like, oh, fantastic. So we moved on to option B.
Which was, I don't remember. But at one point, someone suggested a steakhouse. So then Scott Googled it, and it was $100 steaks.
It literally said, you know, when you pull up a restaurant on the Google reviews, it tells you
how many dollar signs.
Yeah, the dollar signs, and then it also says, so it'll say 2 for $10 to $20, whatever. Well, this one was like maxed out, said $100 per plate. And then like I looked at the menu, and it was, I mean, the appetizers range between $25 to $46. The appetizers.
Which, don't get me wrong, on a date night, or like we're celebrating something, I mean, we'd be there all day long. Well, not all day long, but we would go there. But when it's family and, you know, we've got littles, not so doable. And then pizza was suggested. I hate pizza.
Like 7 times.
Like 7 times. Pizza kept getting brought up, and I'm like, one, we just had pizza the night before because it was all we had in the freezer. Everything had stopped being delivered. You know, the storm was coming that night, whatever. So all we had in the freezer, because his family had done some grocery shopping beforehand because they knew the boys would want snacks and things. So they had gotten frozen pizzas. So that's what we had for dinner the night before. Mind you, I don't like pizza. I will eat it if it's a last resort kind of thing, or if I'm just that in the mood for pizza. Well, we had just had it the night before because it was a last resort kind of thing. And it kept getting brought up. And I'm like, if someone says pizza one more time, I'm going to lose my mind. Say pizza. Say pizza!
But realistically, we actually did. We had to go through. But that point,
we had to because we ended up going to this other shopping center to go to this Italian restaurant. Which when Scott and I walked, mind you, you know, it's been raining all day. We've been stuck in the apartment all day, or in the house, whatever
Sweet.
it is, hotel all day. So like none of us are in any kind of, you know, good clothing. I'm in leggings and a t-shirt and tennis shoes. Scott's in his jeans and cowboy boots, which is not a bad look. It just, wasn't his best jeans and cowboy boots.
Not at all.
The boys were in, like, I don't know, shorts and a t-shirt. So, like, none of us were, like, dressed for anything crazy. Well, we stopped at this Italian restaurant. And Scott and I walked in to, go put our name down on the waiting list.
But the lady was in, like, the lady in front of us was probably in a $200 dress.
I mean, it was crazy. So then we walk up to and we're like, hey, we have 8. How long is that going to be? She's like, did you make a reservation? We're like, no. Didn't know anything was going to be open today.
Already not a good sign. Did you make a reservation? Ah, shit.
And so she said, well, it's going to be a 2-hour wait. And I said, no. So we walk out. We're like, it's going to be 2 hours. Let's find something else. And so right down the strip was a tavern looking thing. And, like, we looked into it and we're like, cool. That looks fine. Let's go there. Closed.
For renovations.
So then across the street, there's a Mexican restaurant. We go up there. Oh, that's going to be about an hour and a half wait. Okay, thanks for trying. So we're Googling. We're looking.
We end up going, what? Like, across the street from the
where we
first,
started?
Yeah, the first, that little Irish pub that we started at.
There was a Buca de Beppo, which we have here in Kentucky, in Louisville. But at that point, we were so far down. We were on, like, Plan Z at this point. We were in double letters. I'm just like, you know what? I don't care. I can get it at home, but at this point, I want food. I don't care what it is. I want food.
I guess everybody but Emily had been there because we also... Or, no. Sorry. Emily was the only person that had been there.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Because nobody realized it was served family style.
Not at all.
And so, and I only know that because I heard your dad tell your mom, why is everything like $40 a plate? And so I had to go, okay, has anybody been here before? No. Okay, things are served family style. That means you're going to get a big plate of things and we're expected to share it. Small serve 3 people. Largest serve 5 people. What does everybody want? Maybe we can agree on some things and just do like 2 different, things. Which we ended up doing 3. We ended up doing 3 smalls of things, so.
And Scott ate himself stupid.
Yeah, I did.
Ended up with like 3 plates of rigatoni.
Do they have Uno down there? Down where? In Florida? I mean, they have Uno wherever you take Uno. I had cards. I had playing cards. I just didn't bring them out.
No. She offered, and I said, well, we might have to bring those out. And
then we watched the bad movies. It's fine. It's fine.
After dinner, though, we both knew that we needed something extra.
So we stopped at a liquor store.
Self-medicated.
We sure did.
Out on the balcony.
We sat out on the balcony, we enjoyed the night, and we said,
Thursday
clink.
was a beautiful night, though. I mean, unfortunate during the day, all the sad stuff, but we're not trying to be sad here. Thursday evening, out on the balcony in Florida, was a beautiful night.
It was.
We got to enjoy some alone time.
Yep.
We both had one drink. One of us enjoyed ours. And, but we both enjoyed the peace and quiet.
Yeah,
Not even a lot of words were exchanged between us. It was
I don't think we talked at all.
Probably not.
It was nice, though.
Not even probably. You were playing on your iPad.
You were playing on your phone.
And I was playing on the phone. And...
It was nice.
Oh, perfect weather. Perfect
was.
weather. And then we came home to perfect weather. Because it had been perfect the whole week we've been gone.
Of course.
We leave nappy
It was
storm.
It was hot.
Kinda. I mean, but because it was like we had the storms and yucky, and then it was hot, and then we leave, and it was beautiful.
Excuse me.
And hurricane.
Yep.
That sucked.
It is what it is.
That's the only part of the trip that sucked. Other than the weird drive home.
Mm.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
All right. That wrapped up Thursday.
Yep. So on the way not even on the way down. So, like, the week before, Scott and I had talked about staying an extra day because originally we were only going to be down there Sunday through Thursday, and we were going to drive back Friday. Scott and I had already decided, why don't we stay an extra day, just you and me. We'll get a hotel room. We'll spend an extra day at the parks, just us two, get some alone time, enjoy ourselves, do that. So we were already planning on staying through to yesterday. Whew, it's already Sunday, gosh. And driving back Saturday, which we did drive back yesterday. So then on the way down there, Scott's mom had called, and they had talked about trying to adjust the stay at the hotel to add on a couple more days because of the storm. And so she was like, well, how does that sound to you all? And we're like, well, we were already planning on doing that, so sure. So they ended up staying an extra 2 days, and they originally were going to stay and going to Magic Kingdom on Friday, and then back to Hollywood Studios on Saturday?
Yes, because they made droids today, so yes.
Yes, because the boys made droids today. And yesterday. And then they're driving back today. So Friday, Scott and I went back to Epcot. We didn't do a day at Magic Kingdom, just us two, or with the family, unfortunately. It just didn't work out in our favor. But we were okay with that because we went to the party and we were at Magic Kingdom for that. So we were like, it's okay.
The biggest thing that I feel like we missed out of Magic Kingdom is Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah.
We both really like that ride.
Yeah.
We did get red teacups.
And I had shirts made for us that were happiest uncle and happiest aunt on earth that we were going to wear at Magic Kingdom when we went with the family. But we didn't get to because we didn't go to Magic Kingdom with family.
And the importance of those shirts was this was our first family outing since we've been married, which made, this would have been the first time that Emily would have been out with my nephews, with our nephews, since we've been married, and did want to share a cute thing. My youngest nephew said, I know that Emily's my aunt now, but I'm going to keep calling her Emily. So
he also told me when we went to Epcot the first day with them for their first time that I was his favorite aunt, and that he also loved Figment, like me.
So you've turned my youngest nephew into a Figment fan. Yes. You're his favorite aunt, yes. And
on your side.
On my side,
yes.
And we have turned my oldest nephew into a drop fan.
Yes.
With Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
By the way, Tower of Terror, it drops.
It does. Which ride? Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It's a roller coaster at Magic Kingdom. We rode it. Yeah, we rode it.
It's got all the dimes and gems that spin.
You go through the mines and
you hear their dig song.
Dig, 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 dig. We rode it.
It's fine. You were there.
Yeah.
You remember.
So then Friday we went back to Epcot and just kind of enjoyed ourselves. So they have different festivals that go on throughout the year for a certain amount of time. So they have Festival of the Arts, which everyone who loves it lovingly calls it the farts. And Figment is the mascot of that. And then you've got Flower and Garden, and Orange Bird is the mascot of that, and that one's more in the spring. Festival of the Arts is more like the tail end of winter. Flower and Garden's in the spring, and it goes through till the end of May, so it kind of hits summer. They don't really have anything specifically in summer, but then they have the Food and Wine Festival, which is what we went to. They have that starting in August, and it goes until the holidays start. So in November, when Thanksgiving and Christmas come around, the night of Thanksgiving, they start throwing all their Christmas stuff up. And then they have a holiday festival. So we went back to Epcot on Friday, and we partook in the Food and Wine Festival, and we tried a bunch of different stuff. They have, so Epcot, if you don't know, is kind of two big circles. And then the front half, when you first walk into the park, is a lot of the rides. They're all inside. They're
the
all
majority of the rides, realistically.
Yeah, there's three. Yeah, there's three that are not in that first circle. And then the second circle is what you call World Showcase. And so that's where all the different countries are. There's 11 different countries at Epcot that they have different booths and restaurants and
if you guys
different things.
have ever seen the tattoos on social from the people that go to Epcot, Disney World, or whatever, it's literally the same tattoos of Drink Around the World. So if you've ever seen that, I know that's the popular thing, but whether you drink or not, it's fantastic to visit all the food, all the snacks, just the shops, the different things that they have, all the uniqueness. I love it.
But in addition to the 11 countries that are already that stay at Epcot, they're kind of just, they're there. They're not going anywhere. With the Food and Wine Festival, there are additional booths set up in between the different countries of other countries. So there was Belgium and Greece and Australia and Hawaii. And so, different places like that that have...
She does know that Hawaii is a state, not a country.
Sorry.
She does know that.
I was just throwing that in there. It's just one of the booths.
They did have their own booth, and it was fantastic.
It was really good. I tried Spam for the first time. It wasn't bad.
Mixed in with about 4 or 5 different other things, but she won't just try fried Spam. I guarantee it.
Pass.
Guarantee.
So yeah, I tried something called peanut butter and jelly sticky wings.
Oh God.
They're pretty good, actually. They were yummy.
Would you like some water?
Yeah. Please.
Is your big Stanley back by the
On the bed. Yeah. So, we tried lots of different things. I really liked the way that we did it too. So they give you these pamphlets that tell you all of the countries that are, that have booths available. And within those countries, they give you their different food and drink options. And so Scott and I sat down, right before we walked into the World Showcase. We rode a couple rides and we're like, okay, let's take a break. Let's sit here. Let's, get a game plan going. And so I read through the pamphlet, one by one. I said, okay, does anything sound good to you? And if we agreed on something, that's what we tried. If we didn't find anything that we both agreed on, we still circled it in case we wanted to go back and try it individually, which we ended up not having time doing that, which is fine. We did try a lot of stuff. So Scott tried a lot of the different beers. He liked most of them. He is not a Florida beer guy. I don't know what it is about Florida beer. Every beer he's ever tried from is from Florida, he hates. So. And then we drove back yesterday. And we got in. It was almost 1 o'clock when we got in this morning. And then today we kind of just laid around, didn't really do anything. John was still here from watching Otis, so him and Scott played a bunch of Streets of Rage and just kind of chilled and hung out. And I just hung out in the chair and just watched them play video games, and we just kind of enjoyed each other's company. So that was our day today, and here we are. But I'm going to open the floor. If anybody has any questions or questions, comments, anything you want to know? Need me to plan your trip? Is that game online Street of Rage? I think you can play online. I'd have to ask Scott when he comes back up. He just went to go get drinks. He'll be right back. I know the previous one. I do want to say that the one that he has is like all of the Streets of Rage. Like it has all of the characters from all of the previous ones. Is Streets of Rage online?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Number 4 is
Number 4.
the newest one.
That's what he's been playing.
Yes.
I burnt my tongue on something and I don't know what I did.
Well, obviously you burnt your tongue on something.
Yeah, but I don't know what I burnt. Shut up. I don't know what I burnt it on.
I still think it was the pizza.
I burnt it before that.
We haven't ate anything hot, baby.
I understand that. I don't know what it could have been.
I think you just bit it?
No.
Like really hard or awkward?
Didn't feel like it. If that's not the pain.
Alright, where are we at? What did I miss?
Nothing. I opened the floor for questions.
Hmm.
Is it crossplay or is it strictly on a specific console?
That I don't know. I actually think it is console based because my buddy, my best friend, I gotta give him his proper title. John is a big PC and Steam guy, and we cannot play together.
Scott plays it on PlayStation.
I'm a fan of all consoles. I don't believe in the rivalry. You game. But I am a PS5 guy.
Where'd Demi go? I'm shocked I don't have a bunch of Disney messages from Demi. Or Kendall. She kind of fell off too. Where'd you go, Kendall?
Might let you down, my family.
I know, right? It'd be family.
Except for you, Mom.
It'd be like that. Yeah, except for Mom. Mom's here. But it was a good trip. I enjoyed it. It's never long enough for me. I see you making faces back there.
Look, I'm... Alright, so...
What got you into Final Fantasy VII?
Oh, me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, once upon a time, I'm going to show my age here, you could rent games at an actual store with all the lights and all the excitement of it being Friday and your parents running you up somewhere so that you can get a game, a movie. It may have even been a VHS. Jokes aside, but no, seriously, it really was. I rented it one day on a whim because I thought the cover looked cool. That's it. I thought the cover looked cool. I saw a guy standing there with a giant sword staring at a tower. That's all I saw. But I saw a giant sword. And I was born in 91. So I think Final Fantasy VII came out in 97, I want to say. So I was too young when it first came out. I honestly don't remember exactly when it came out. But it was my very first Final Fantasy, and I love the gameplay, and it was fun, but I didn't appreciate it at the time, so I never finished it. And the very next Final Fantasy that I tried was actually 10, and that one I actually went and bought on the PlayStation 2, and I still had my PlayStation 1, so then I went back and found a copy of 7, miraculously, apparently, by today's standards.
Minus
And I played through and I beat it, and then I played it again, and then I played it again. Then I found some like-minded people, and I just stuck with it. I more or less stuck with the brand of Square. Got me into Kingdom Hearts and all that stuff, but 7 really stuck with me, mostly because the story was never really finished. There's a lot of gaps. The North America did not get the version that the Japanese got. That has been disclosed. Not disclosed. I mean, it was never hidden, but there was different versions with different stories, and so then the story got so conflicted, and I don't know why an incomplete story got me so hooked. Because then that just led me to years of frustration, anger, and whys. I was also a white kid, so that probably had a lot to do with it. But yeah, so and then when they did the remake, I was all over it. Remake and Rebirth, I have bought the collector's editions of, and I have settled for nothing less. I have also bought Dirge of Cerberus, played that through, was really defeated to realize that I did not complete it the way I thought I did. But back then I did not like just hover the internet for hours looking for everything. I wanted to do everything that I could on my own, and I didn't do enough, apparently. But now they're rewriting the story, so it doesn't matter.
Jake wants to know, do you know any of the backstories of characters?
I do. I do know a bunch of them. I don't know what kind of backstory that you're looking for outside of what the game provides. If you played the original, you got the girth of it. If you're playing the new ones, you probably are better off just letting the game tell their stories.
Mom said goodnight. She's going to bed.
Hi, Mom. We love you. Glad you guys got home safe. I'm assuming they got home safe. I never heard the official word.
Oh yeah, they were home at like 4:30.
Oh, okay. Nah, I thought I heard her say something about that.
Jake said he never played the original.
Jake, I think you're missing out. If you're in the middle of playing the new ones, I think maybe to a point, finish Remake and Rebirth. I don't want to ruin the end for you, but it looks like they're kind of rehashing some things. So I feel like if you know the original story and then go back through and play the new one, you can appreciate the new one even to a higher level, because you can have a lot of love for what they do with the new graphics, the new technology, and the way that they completely redid the game. Because the OG is turn-based, and that may not be your style. It's a dying. It's just a dying breed of game. turn-based. I still have appreciation for it because I played so many games that were turn-based. But I feel like the original would build on the love, but I also feel like it could be confusing if your only knowledge of Final Fantasy VII is the new stuff. It could also kind of taint it to a point if you only love the new stuff.
He said I tried the new, but I couldn't understand it too well and got stuck. He's seen gameplay of the original, but never played it.
You got stuck in the new? Really? In Rebirth or Remake? Honestly, if you got stuck in Rebirth, I am not your go-to guy because I haven't finished it just yet. Remake, I have finished several times. Remake? Okay. So, if I have finished it several times, so maybe if you want to directly message me and let me know where you are, we can hash that out. I can definitely probably steer you in the right way. Hopefully. I'm not an expert by any means. I play the way I like to play. There's all kinds of streamers and all kinds of walkthroughs that tell you to do this, that, and the other. And I'm like, that sounds fun. That sounds like it could work. But I'd rather just thrash stuff. I'm not the provoke guy. I'm not the barrier guy. I don't roll that way. Just Jake, be patient with my replies. Tomorrow I go back to full throttle. So wait till it gets dark on Eastern Standard Time.
I don't think it would work.
Yeah, I don't either. Do we want to get into the goodies of the trip?
Does anybody want to see what we got? We got a lot of, we got not as much as we have in the past.
No, we were pretty tame this time.
I feel like we were pretty tame this time.
And to possibly the people that we showed, it may not be tame. However, this is tame.
This is tame to us. Jake wants to see him. Well, if Jake wants to see him, why not?
Let's go.
So first, I got these cute little ears. They're from the party, the Halloween party. They say trick or treat on them. They say trick and treat. And then on the back, it says Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and then it has the ear on it.
Oh, that's probably something, I don't know, I may have pieced out, but they also have exclusive merch for these parties. There are things that you can only get, like she talked about, like the sipper. You can only get that at the party. It's not be down at Disney at the right time. While there is a handful of that stuff, there are things that you can only get while you're there at that time. So,
let's see, next, I got this. It's for the Tower of Terror, my favorite ride. I already have one. It's got Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Goofy on the bag, and then it also has like doors like this that open up, and Mickey and Minnie are here in the middle. But this one has Stitch on it, and then the lining on the inside has Stitch on it as well. And it's Scott's favorite, and I'm kind of starting to love him a lot too. He's just so cute. So I got the new bag.
Nista a la Krista!
And then I got the matching ears to it as well, which I don't know what I. Oh, they're right here. They're right here. And they glow in the dark. Like the building and then the little like bolts, they glow in the dark.
Is it the same thing but reverse on the backside?
Yeah, but that comes off. Whoa! Oh, the bow comes off.
Whoa!
You could wear these, babe.
I can wear any ears, thank you.
You can.
Bow or not. I can feel pretty.
You can. You can feel pretty.
I already feel
Backpack,
pretty.
yes. It's backpack. These are called lounge flies. And this one you can only get in the park.
So we had to get it.
Had to. Next up we got a few ornaments. I kind of halfway jokingly told Scott earlier we're going to need it on a tree.
I don't think we're joking anymore.
It's not a joke. First we got this nutcracker from the Coke store.
That was in Disney Springs. They've got a World of Coke store. And you could try Coca-Cola from, or if you're like my old man, Coca-Cola. Babe,
What?
you're messing with the stick and that's my ADD. Anyways, they have all kinds of really cool stuff that is just Coke memorabilia. It's a really cool store. Also, where Emily got one of my favorite pair of shorts.
They're comfy. Next up, we have a Halloween party exclusive. It's got Mickey on it. It says right here in the pumpkin, it says Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. On the back, it says Magic Kingdom and it has the year, and then he lights up. Another one of those like party exclusive things you can only get during the party. Which if I was that person at the store, I would hate my life.
Oh, she had there's a whole separate line, and then they were like, oh, okay, this is entrance. Can I see your wristband? They take it serious. They take it very serious. They also, if it's after hours and you don't have a wristband, they're like,
You gotta go.
sorry.
Can't sneak in. Can you order some in general? Because I maybe want the bag. You can order lounge flies. I don't know that they'll have this one. So if you go to the DisneyStore.com, you can order a bunch of Disney ones. But if you just go to loungefly.com, they have all kinds of different like partnered sets. So they've got Disney, they've got Marvel, they've got different anime collaborations. They have
Jake,
more,
I don't
just
know if
can't
you're a
think.
big anime guy at all, but one of my favorites was SAO, Sword Art Online. I have seen a couple of those. They've got a bunch of Marvel ones. They had a handful of DBZ ones. The Disney does seem to be where they gravitate towards. I think that's probably their biggest partner contract, but come on, Disney's got more money than God. But be careful, because if you see them online and they say like 120, 150, know that you're overpaying. If you just Google it and you hit like the shopping tab, because they really should be between 60 and like 80.
I'd say 90 at the high end.
Yeah,
Depends on what, like if the bag
they're
lights
expensive.
up.
Yeah, they're expensive. They're anywhere between $60 and $90. Emily's absolutely right. But if you start seeing them more than that, just know you're probably getting it secondhand, and you need to be careful with stuff like that, because people love to do like they do with every collectible, gobble them up and then resell.
Do they have a Nightmare Before Christmas one? They have a few, actually.
several.
I would look on loungefly.com and look for Nightmare Before Christmas.
I think Box Lunch.
And Box Lunch. Box Lunch is another good
Yeah.
place to get Loungeflies as well.
Yeah, Box Lunch is pretty good.
That's where I've gotten a few of them too. Oh, and then next up we've got this little guy, you know, Scott's favorite, little Stitchy boy with the pumpkin. And then he also lights up. And then last but not least for ornaments, we got this one. Robin Hood is Scott's favorite Disney movie. And you don't see a whole lot of Robin Hood like memorabilia, merchandise, anything like that. So one of the stores that we went to at Hollywood Studios called Five and Dime, it actually had 2 different Robin Hood ornaments, but this is the one that Scott went with. And then we also got this guy. We got a little baby Bolt because he looks like Otis. So we had to get him. And he cute. And my favorite.
We had to get Odie Boy. We had to wrap him.
Had to. Next is probably... Actually, I'll do these 2 first. Before I do that, because that's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
If it has Sally and Jack together, if I can find one, I want that specifically, or just even if it has Jack or I'll take. They probably have both. They probably have one that just has Jack on it, and then they probably have a Jack and a Sally one. They probably even have a Zero one.
I know for a fact they have a Sally one, because I think I saw that down at the park.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're in good shape.
I like all this stuff. It's awesome. It's pretty cool. We have a problem.
No.
Alright, next up is kind of a souvenir kind of glass. So it's plastic. I should have had you bring the pamphlet up, the booklet. But it's okay. At the Food and Wine Festival, with the booklet, it'll tell you different booths to go to and try specific items. And if you get your it's a passport essentially. If you get your passport stamped from that booth for trying that item, after you get 5 stamps from 5 different booths, you can go to one of the booths and redeem a collector's treat essentially. And so it comes in this cute little plastic stemless wine glass. And it says Emile's Fromage Montage. So a bunch of the items that they want you to try are cheese related. And then so the biggest mascot for Food and Wine is Remy from Ratatouille. So it's it's food. So, and what goes good with food? Wine. So he's kind of the mascot of that. And then Emile is his brother in the movie. And so they have a bunch of different cheesy items that they want you to try. And then you can go and redeem them for this cup. And it came with like a swirled, I don't even know what it was, but it was delicious. It was something swirled. It had 2 different flavors in it, and then it had like a chunk of cheesecake on top. So good.
Scott just tried the beer.
Basically.
And the food.
But mostly beer. Can you send a link on Discord? I might not remember the site to get. Yes, I will send you a link to both Box Lunch and to Loungefly. And then next, so at the festivals, they have these little hide and seek kind of games for the kids, to keep them entertained. And at Food and Wine, and because it was Halloween time for the kids. And they usually have them at like the holiday times too. So for when we went, they had Halloween and Food and Wine going on. So they had one for Food and Wine, and then they had one for Halloween. So I did the pumpkin one for Halloween. And when you do it, you get like it's like a piece of, I don't know, like cardstock. It's got a big pumpkin on it, and it's got the map of of Epcot essentially, and then on the back of it, it's got stickers of the different pumpkins that they have placed throughout the park. And so what you do is you walk around the park and you're looking for these pumpkins up on the buildings, and when you find one, you put that sticker that it is where you found it on the map. And so I think a lot in the past that they were running out of the prizes for it. And so now whenever you purchase it, because you do have to purchase it, it's something separate. Whenever you purchase it, they stamp it and mark it complete, and they go ahead and give you your prize, so that you get the prize that you want. And so for the pumpkin one, they had a bunch of these little sippers. They had, this one's Mickey. They had Minnie, Pluto, Goofy, and Stitch. And I just got Mickey because he's Mickey. He's timeless. You know, we go with Mickey. But then the other one is for the Food and Wine Festival, and you have to find little Remy's on top of buildings, and they have different ingredients. So you have to find the Remy with whatever ingredient it is and put it wherever it is on the map. I didn't do that one, but I did see a couple of them yesterday. I didn't see them the other 2 days we were there, but yesterday when I had to run in real quick and get one more gift, I saw like 4.
Natural.
Yeah, natural. And then this is our pride and joy.
No, this is our addiction.
And you're right. This is our addiction. Timon and Pumbaa, Scott, we want DDV reaction. Why are you here? This is not a DDV reaction.
This is better than Dreamlight. This is going to real life Disney World.
This is us talking about our trip to Disney. This is not a DDV reaction. That is Tuesday. It is not Tuesday yet. Did you get me a gift? I did not get you a gift. I'm sorry. So in this bag, we have
crack cocaine.
Not crack cocaine. That's not it. I just threw it in here. We have pins and more pins and more pins.
There's a lot of this that is my fault.
And more pins.
Okay, so all of this is my fault.
Okay, let me separate them real quick.
Oh no.
Oh no, what?
I'm gonna have to relive how much it's my fault.
They're about even, actually.
There's a handful of them that you said, I'm fine with passing on, and I said, are you sure?
I was sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go through Scott's first because his is the shortest pile.
No less important, though.
No less important. You're correct. You can't see them. No, you can't see them in the camera. But we do have 4 cork boards on the wall over here. One of them is... Actually, 2 of them are mine. And then one of them is Scott's. And then the other one is like completed sets that we have. So, first up, we have a pin for Rock and Roller Coaster. Was that your first time riding it?
Yes.
Okay, so this commemorated Scott's first time riding Rock and Roller Coaster. Yeah, but I can keep holding my DVDs. You can! For 2 more days. You can hold them back. Don't spoil anything. Next, so Scott is a big Marvel fan, specifically Spider-Man, and so anytime there's a Spider-Man type, it's pretty dark in there. Can you turn the light on? I thought my little side lantern would help, but he's gonna turn the light on. Okay.
And the electric bill said?
So anytime there's any kind of Spider-Man pin, Scott is all about it. Especially because the selection on Spider-Man pins is usually pretty low. Make sure you're done Simba and Nala so you get the plus for. Oh, they're done. They've been done. Don't worry. Bro.
Bolt!
So next up is this Green Goblin pin. I have to cover Scott's face. Actually, my camera just won't focus on it. There it goes. So Green Goblin. And then we've got, continuing with Spider-Man, we've got Venom.
Venom.
Venom. Venom, Venom, Venom. Okay, and then going back to Stitch, because it's his favorite, we've got this guy. He's riding Space Mountain, which I hate.
And it's hysterical.
I hate it. I feel like I'm going to lose my head. Literally. Oh, now the camera's not focusing on me. Oh well. The Star Path is Star Path. Yeah, I'm not too keen on the Star Path. I'm not a fan of it yet. We'll see. Next up, Stitch and a Pumpkin for the Halloween party. Which you could find these throughout the parks at any time, but because we were there for Halloween time, and it's Stitch, so. And then last is Maleficent's Dragon. Every pin store we went into, Scott touched this pin. Every store.
Like a kid.
He like beelined for it, and he just kept touching it and like picking it up. Be like, oh, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna get it, but would touch it. And so the last pin store that we went to on Wednesday before we left Hollywood Studios, he touched it, and I said, "You've literally touched that everywhere we went. Buy it." So he did.
Dragon.
Not lizard.
I don't do that tongue thing.
Okay, next we'll do mine next, and then we'll do ours. So as everybody knows, I wish this would focus back on me. It's not working. Okay, there we go. Fixed it! We are Venom. Me and Michael got a remote control Ursula today. Oh, did you? Where'd you get that at? So as you all know, Figment is my absolute favorite Disney character, but you wouldn't know who Figment is unless you've been to the parks. And so anytime there's a Figment pin, like Scott, anytime there's a Spider-Man pin, he's getting it. Anytime there's a Figment pin, I'm getting it. So, first up, we have the Food and Wine Festival Figment pin. He's cute. I love him. Next up, we have a Mickey hat that looks like the Epcot ball, but it's in Figment's colors. So I had to get it. And then next, we've got our boy on a cloud with a rainbow. I've never been to the parks tonight who Figment is so last. This is true. You are the exception to the rule, Demi. And we love that you're the exception. Next up, we've got our guy eating a bucket of popcorn. This one, I got pretty much all of the other ones at the same time. This one was not out for some reason when we first went. So when Scott and I went back to Epcot on Friday, just him and me, I got this one because I was like, where was he? I didn't buy him. I need him. And then we've got Figment with a light bulb. And then we've got just Figment with the Epcot. And then I got the mini Halloween pin with Figaro. She was cute. And then I got... So, if you didn't know, I am an annual pass holder at Disney. And with that comes some perks, yes. But with that, they have special pins for pass holders. So I did get one for the festival, the Food and Wine Festival, and it says pass holder and it has Figment on it. Of course. I love that little cat. He is pretty cute, isn't he? And then I also got one for the Halloween party. That also says pass holder on it. You're ruining it. You threw off my groove.
Sorry.
Please don't make me wait till Tuesday for a DDV stream. Give me an impromptu stream for an hour tonight. No. No. We have to go back to work tomorrow, both of us.
It was a long day.
It was a long day. It was a long yesterday. It was a long week. I'm mentally exhausted. I would not be in the right headspace to give you any kind of DDV stream. Because after this, we're going to bed. We don't go to bed at 9 o'clock. But after this, we're going to bed. And then I work tomorrow. I'm not streaming after I work for 12 hours. My first day back. Sorry, buddy. Tuesday. You get a DDV stream Tuesday.
Our pins?
These are our pins. These are our joint pins.
Yep.
First up, to celebrate our marriage.
First, let me hop up.
Shh. We got Mickey and Minnie in their wedding attire.
I wanted that one bad.
You did. We also have the Mr. and Mrs. pins, but we already have them like in other places, so I don't have them here. But we did purchase those as well. Next, we've got Mickey and Minnie pumpkins. And then we like to try and get pins for the resorts that we stay at also. So we do have one from staying at the All-Stars this time.
That was the place we stayed at Friday on our own.
Yes. And then we got Stitch and Angel, because why not?
It was me and my guy finding our other.
And then you don't see very much Emperor's New Groove. So when we saw this one, we had to get it. And it's just Cusco with his poison vial. Cusco's poison. The poison specifically chosen for Cusco.
One of my personal favorite lines. Yeah, I'm a llama again. Wait.
And then next we've got Max as Powerline and Roxanne as one of his dancers. And this one glows in the dark.
I'm sorry.
I haven't seen it glow in the dark yet. Can
Otis!
I have that pin? No, you cannot. You cannot have this pins. These are our pins. And then we also got this kind of trio of snapshots of Goofy and Max. The Stitch one? Oh, you definitely can't have that one.
Oh, hell no. I'll get real redneck on that one.
And then this one we could not pass up on this one. It's Max, and he's got a possum on his head. From Lester's Possum Park.
There you go.
And then we got two Halloween party pins that we both really liked. So we've got Mickey and Minnie. And then, because you don't see them hardly ever, which Now that I think about it, I kind of wish we would have got the other one too. The other pin that had them on it.
I'm gonna need the reveal.
The sidekicks.
Oh. Rock.
Yeah. So we got this one because it has Pain and Panic on it. And you don't see them ever. You really don't see Hercules.
And you know what? He put the Glad and Gladiator.
He sure did. Isn't he bold?
Isn't he sweet?
Hercules.
I also told her repetitively that I wanted to watch that movie when we got home. And then
We tried watching it Friday night when we got to the hotel.
neither one of us made it through. They did not make it.
I didn't even get to like them introducing Meg.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You didn't even get to the River Guardian?
No.
Man.
I got to go the distance, basically. I got through the song, and then I said, okay, good night.
I made it all the way through. The Hydra is the last thing that I really remember. I know I made it a little bit past that, but that's all I can really remember. Somebody call IX99. Or what is it? IX11? Or IXII.
IXII, yeah.
That's what it is.
I was sleepy, Jake. We had stayed at Epcot until the fireworks were done. Then we had to wait for a bus. The new Epcot fireworks show was Luminous, the Symphony of Us.
Still a fan of the other one.
Scott really liked Harmonious. They did that one. I don't know if it was just a Christmas time show or if it was their new show at the time. But when we went for the first time together for Christmas, they were playing it. What else? I think that's it. Other than the popcorn bucket, and I did actually end up finding a sipper that I liked. It was a pumpkin Mickey head, and it lights up. So. Yeah, but that's not even 10 minutes. I really did not last very long. I didn't. I was tired.
She was all tuckered out.
I was all tuckered out.
Poor little fella.
Poor guy. Shut up, Mickey. So those are downstairs. I just don't feel like going to get them.
And I've gotten up enough.
I know, I should have asked you again, but and then the popcorn bucket. I can pull pictures of it though and show you guys what they look like. Let me see here. It's this guy right here. This is a good one, actually. Here we go. This guy. This is the sipper I got. And then, oh chill, Mickey. Yeah, that's gonna bring up all of them. 2020, Halloween 2021. This guy right here. This guy. This is the popcorn bucket.
I would hate to know that somebody's missing one to know that I bought 3. I would also feel slightly achieved. Feel like I peaked as husband and uncle.
Yep.
Oh, hi, Bolt.
Howdy, Bodie.
I miss my boy.
Silly boy. Silly old bear.
Hi, baby boy. Miss your old man too.
There's his head right there. There's the Odie Bodie. What's up, Yodits?
Hi, baby boy.
They're pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool popcorn buckets. Pretty cool sippers.
Hi. Oh. I'm getting all up in there. I know. Mom and Dad went upstairs and left you. How dare us?
How dare we?
Oh.
Oh, there he is.
Well, hi, baby boy.
Silly boy.
You just want some love, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Did your best friend leave you? Oh, no.
Him, Jordan.
I know his back's to you, but you can see between Bolt and this is why we had to buy a bolt.
What is it? Buddy, buddy. Put your ears up, you goob. Stop it.
Yeah.
Quit it. Ugh.
What are you doing, boy? You look in the air?
He don't know what he's doing. Alright. Alright, Jake. I sent you the links for Loungefly and for Box Lunch on Discord. So you should have those. Alrighty. Anybody else got any questions for us? About Disney?
For now, these here, any questions for Otis?
Or any questions for Otis? He's taking questions as well.
I'll answer for him.
Answer for him.
You my boys, you're good.
No problem. You're welcome.
Look at him, he's being so sweet.
Oh, no.
He's such a good boy.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah.
wants something.
He does want to. Almost want OUT.
Yeah.
Or
Mm.
FOOD. Do I need to spell you? What do you think about it?
FREE, that's us free. Creditreport.com, baby. Thought out, no, we're too lazy.
Bodie Bodie.
Shh. It's father-son time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry to encroach on that.
I don't get this often.
You don't. Oh, him sad. Oh, him sad.
Listen, John.
Buddy, you don't have to cry. It's okay. I think that about covers our trip, though.
Yeah. We survived a hurricane and still had a good vacation. Yeehaw.
Got lots of pins.
Sorry.
That piece is good, I guess.
All right.
He had a spot. It needed to be checked. Okay, bye.
We have to take advantage of that when we can.
Silly boy. When do I stream Paley again? I haven't really thought about a schedule. Obviously, Tuesday's got to be DDV. One, because I need to do my dream snap. Because I didn't do last week's. Did I? I don't think I did. And then I have to, I have to stream my reaction to the update and the star path and all the things. So Thursday? I say Thursday.
Big yawn for the little tyke.
Oh, shut up.
This is a marriage built off so much love, sarcasm, and food.
Cuss words too.
Well, I was trying to keep it PG.
Yeah, so we'll do DDV Tuesday, we'll do Palea Thursday, and then we'll do Hogwarts Saturday.
Thursday and Saturday, come in.
Be
being
quiet.
obnoxious as hell. Got
Oh, well, that's fine too.
it. Anything for you, baby.
Thanks, babe. But I'll put I'll try to get a schedule out tomorrow at some point. I mean, if I can get it done at work, I'll put it out early. If not, then tomorrow evening.
I would bank on the schedule being posted tomorrow evening.
Probably. I'm gonna hate life tomorrow.
I love my wife dearly, but
We're probably short-staffed. They've been offering double all week.
short staff.
Ridiculous.
You're 5'3".
I'm 5'1", actually. Thanks, though.
Credit.
Yeah?
Wait. How mad are you?
I'm not. 1, 2,
you're 5'1".
3. There should be 4 people on tomorrow. Maybe. One of them might be in charge. Which means there's 3 of us. Oh well.
I know there's one person going to be in charge tomorrow.
You. Jake says I need to get Streets of Rage.
You do.
I should. It's fun to watch.
Keep an eye on it. It goes on sale quite a bit. So, if you're not happy with the full price, I don't know what it is right now because I bought it ages ago when it first came out. But also keep an eye out for making sure that you get the complete bundle because it did release like a short, brief expansion kind of DLC. I don't think they listed as 2 separate entities at this point. They shouldn't, anyways, but they may because money. So just call it what it is. But make sure you get that in Mr. X's Nightmare or something like that.
It's 4, right? Streets of Rage 4?
Streets of Rage 4.
Yes.
They do have like a Sega collection
that's got like 50 plus games on the network. I actually looked at it today, discussing with my buddy John, and it is at least on the PlayStation Network for $30, and it's like 50 plus classic Sega games, which I'm interested in, just not for $30. Because I still want to play Wukong and a handful of other games. But first, I finished Rebirth.
Good luck.
Yeah. Yeah, also, Jake, Rebirth, much longer than Remake, so be prepared for that. Much longer.
Alright, everybody, I think that's going to wrap it up. I think we're going to go relax and go to bed.
Oh,
What?
I had something I actually wanted to show Jake since he's a 7 fan. I just got to know what you do with it. My 7 painting.
Oh, we have an extra corkboard.
Oh, would you look at that?
Would you look at that? Behind the camera.
Right there, perfect. So there's a bit of reflection, but you get the gist. That's how big of a 7 fan I am. Local artist did.
He's a nerd.
Did Sephiroth and Cloud in mech form, and I had to have it. So there it is. You wouldn't have me any other way, and you know it.
You're right. He said nice, I like. Alright, everybody. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us, asking questions, listening to us talk. Thank you to everyone who liked the stream. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed.
You're gonna go get Bull.
If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel. It helps the videos. It kind of puts it out there and brings more people in for us to talk to. So, like I kind of talked about here towards the end, Tuesday I'll be streaming DDV. I don't quite have a time yet. It's not going to be late though. It'll probably be like around tonight, like 6 or 7. Just depends. But I'll have a schedule out sometime tomorrow. And then Thursday will be Palia, probably the same time as DDV. And then Hogwarts on Saturday. I could probably go a little later just because it's the weekend. So probably, I don't know, like 8, 9 o'clock at the latest. But nothing crazy. Because I really do need to get better about getting to bed at a decent time. It's literally kicking my butt.
We both do.
I know. So yeah, if you're interested in any of those games, come hang out with us. If there's something with all the characters, I'd really love that, but anything Final Fantasy VII is awesome.
Great.
Thanks for watching our little haul. Thanks for watching our little walkthrough of our trip. Don't worry, it's not our last one. We'll be back.
It's one more yard.
I don't think that I would ever get to the point where I would like. Well, I definitely wouldn't stream it. I don't know, maybe record like some snippets of it, like our next trip or something like that, and then throw it all together and piece it together and do a video upload.
I think it'd only be worth it, in my opinion, for maybe if they release like brand new rides or do like we did with like the Food and Wine, and we're like, oh, we're here in China trying da da da, or we're here in
Yeah.
Hawaii trying what they brought to the table this year. I feel like those would be the only times like super worth it.
Yeah. Also, just because I like to be present and I like to be like there. I don't like to be stuck behind my phone the whole time. Trying to do lightning lanes is one thing, and taking pictures here and there of us or like of things, that's different. But like trying to be behind my phone like the whole time to be like that kind of content creator, it just doesn't sit well with me. Like I said, I like to be present and I like to be there and I like to like be focused on that. So I don't know. Like Scott said, if it's a festival kind of thing that we're there for and we both agree to do it, would be one thing. But if he's not feeling it, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to take away from his trip either. Because he loves it just as much as I do. Don't let him tell you any different.
I wouldn't tell anybody any different. Them fireworks get me all misty eyed and in my feels.
Watching Scott watch fireworks shows at Disney is my favorite thing. It really is.
Because my jaw hangs.
It's the awe and the wonder, and he like is taking it all in, and he's enjoying every second of it. And I can tell like he's like he's in kid mode, which neither one of us really turn kid mode off. To be perfectly honest with you, like we're always like in kid mode, essentially. But he definitely lets it out and lets it shine during fireworks shows at Disney, and I love seeing that.
I feel like some of those shows, and especially at Disney, and what I feel like Disney tries to stand for, and everybody loves to slap the corporate thing all over them, and I get it, it's what they are and everything, but I still feel like there's a piece, there is, I mean, like the show literally says the Symphony of Us, and listening to that thing at Epcot, like the words behind it and everything, I just feel like sometimes it hits a little different.
It was definitely very much like a unity, like a melting pot kind of show.
Well, they've got every country, every state that doesn't get to represent itself. I say that mostly because of Hawaii, but Hawaii is just such a different culture from any other place, I feel like, in the States. I don't care if you from Kentucky to California to New York to Oregon to Michigan, there's a handful of it that's all the same. And I feel like Hawaii is the one place that might be far more different than what anybody's used to. I don't know.
Jake said, I always love the streams and you two are just great people. Thanks, Jake. We try.
I'm only a great person after about 2 cups of coffee.
You haven't had any coffee today. That's
Same
not
thing.
coffee.
No, we try. We appreciate the compliments, Jake.
We do. Appreciate it.
The world's sour enough.
Yeah.
No point in being
Extra sour.
exactly.
Alright, guys. Thanks for hanging out. If you'd like to join us on Tuesday, please do. The more the merrier. We're a fun group, I think. Scott won't be there, but it's okay.
Probably chime in eventually.
Yeah. And then, like I said, I'll try to get the schedule posted tomorrow at some point for this coming week. But other than that, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. I appreciate y'all coming in, stopping in, lurking in. Thanks for coming to chat with us.
Don't do good things, do great things.
Oh, that's a good one. Can I steal it?
sure you want to?
Kinda.
Go ahead.
Alright. Don't do good things, do great things. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.